I just recently upgraded from the RS3 Pro to the RS4 Pro, but it's not for the reasons you may think. If you have an RS3 Pro that works perfectly fine, I honestly wouldn't tell you to upgrade at all. Now you might be wondering why I say that. I was at a client shoot and I put my gimbal up on the freezer just to go change lenses, and as I turned around, I heard a big bang. And I turned around and there was my gimbal and my camera on the floor, and honestly, my heart sank. Luckily, the camera and the gimbal were fine, but the gimbal's lock did break where the camera mounted onto. Now that's not a big deal, but I would say about a month to 2 months after, the motors started glitching on me. The camera would spin around really fast, the motors wouldn't actually turn on when I turned the gimbal on, and this became a big problem, especially with client shoots. Then it got to the point about 3 months ago that I just couldn't even turn the gimbal on and I couldn't even use it. It would just sit there and it would just bob. The camera would just bob and it wouldn't actually turn on, and it just became fully unusable. Honestly, my first impressions of the Ronin RS4 Pro were, it was super familiar to me because it was very similar to the RS3 Pro. The platform, the way it looks, the way it feels, the way it moves are all super similar to the RS3 Pro, which is one thing that I loved because it was super easy for me to just have all the confidence to just go in and set it up and just immediately go shoot. And even being able to use aftermarket accessories like the small rig dual hand grips that I bought for the RS3 Pro, I can use them on the RS4 Pro, so it makes everything super easy and just a big win. Now, one of my favorite things about this gimbal is that you can quickly change from horizontal to vertical mode without having to remount your base plate on your camera. When I wanted to shoot vertical, I always had to mount my base plate right here from the bottom for horizontal to the side for vertical. And this was a pain in the butt if you really wanted to switch fast between horizontal and vertical shooting formats. And honestly, it started wearing down the screw knob in here and on the side just because of the amount of times that I was consistently changing it over. Now, the great thing about the RS4 Pro is the mount that it comes with, where you mount your camera, comes off and you can mount it vertically on the base plate. So you don't have to consistently switch on your camera. You just switch it on the gimbal, which makes it way easier, way faster, and you don't have to take as many things off, because this screwing this on and off it takes some time, where this, you just unscrew literally the one knob, pull it off, put it back on, and you're ready to balance. Now, my honest take on this gimbal is that it is a really good gimbal and it is really cool, but there was no really big wow factor and big differentiator that I've noticed from the RS3 Pro to the RS4 Pro. Everything feels pretty much the same, other than maybe the motors are a little bit stronger. You have the vertical mounting plate, but you can buy that off Amazon for the RS3 Pro, so it's not necessarily like a deal breaker, and it's not something that I'd be willing to just spend a bunch of money to upgrade the gimbal, because overall, other than feeling new, everything feels super familiar, pretty much the exact same. Now, my recommendation is, if you have an RS2 and you're looking to upgrade your gimbal, this is going to be a great gimbal for you. You're going to notice a ton of differences. You're going to notice a ton of upgrades, which is going to be really good, and they're good for ease of life, especially on client shoots for you guys. If you have an RS3 Pro and it's starting to glitch out and started to break, and you know you've used it for a couple of years, I would definitely say this is a good option. I did it, definitely worth the money, and I really believe that it's a great gimbal because it's just easy to just transfer right everything over. All of your accessories can be used. It's just perfect that way. Now, if your RS3 Pro, again, is working perfectly fine and it's causing you no problems, straight up, I wouldn't upgrade this gimbal. It doesn't make sense unless you absolutely need to. The differences are so minuscule, and really it doesn't make sense. You can get the vertical mounting plate on Amazon, and that's way cheaper, and overall it's gonna do the same benefit. And honestly, I didn't upgrade the gimbal because I needed a new feature or anything like that. I needed it because I needed it to be reliable, and obviously mine was broken. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let me know what you thought. And until next time, peace out.